Hello everyone, welcome to my contribution to the never-ending YouTube video list of 2025 planner stacks. Hopefully there's something of interest for everyone. This is only my second video, so please bear with me. Just as a way of introduction, my name's Lou. I'm from England in the United Kingdom. And this is probably my second proper year of planning, so still a bit of a newbie in some ways. So as you can see in front of me, there's three different piles. There's the planning pile, the journaling pile, I'm not quite sure what to do with pile, but I really like the covers, so bear with me on those. So we'll go through them one by one. Start with the planning ones. So there are three planners here. There is a passport Sterling ink in this one, a N1 Sterling ink in this one, and this is Hobonichi Mega Weeks. So we'll go through them one by one. The first one here in this Beetroot Moterm cover is Passport Sterling ink planner. This is going to be my everyday carry. This is what I'm going to take everywhere. I'm also going to use it as a wallet, so it's going to go with me wherever I go. So in here there is, as I mentioned, a Sterling ink passport compact planner with the lovely mulberry cover that I had to wait a bit for, so I'm really glad I got that. And as mentioned, I'm just going to use this high level plans for the day, jot down anything as they come up through the day so that I can then take it into my catch-all, which is going to contain near enough everything. There's going to be a bit of stickers used in here, but not a huge amount. And then very high level weekly planning of what's going on in my life, so I can keep myself organised. I do also have in here a booklet, also from Sterling ink in the mauve colour. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, I just really like the colour, so again bought that. And that is going to have the Hobonichi free pen that came for this 2025. The next one, again in another Moterm cover in the teal colourway. This is the one that I anticipate using the most, that I've put the most amount of effort into. And I really love the way that it's turned out. So lovely colour on the cover, various charms inside, most of these from Rosy Life Planner, which is a stationery shop based out of Finland. Really love the stuff that they do, so yeah, you'll see quite a bit from them in here. So there is a few booklets in here, and the reason why this turned out this way is because originally I was going to have the N1 planner in here, but I saw the Paper Tess Designs weekly layout with this layout and absolutely loved it. I thought this would suit me best, so I adapted slightly and bought this weekly booklet with a Sterling ink monthly booklet, and then just again the mulberry because I love the colour, a notebook from Sterling ink to just make general notes in. So the monthly, it has another Rosy Life sticker, I believe. Oh no, this one might be Colour Cafe. Could be wrong though. So I've got my goals in here. I anticipate in tracking mood in this page. The quarterly pages I'm using is basically my adulting log, keeping track of major events and then things that need to be done as an adult in this world, all the fun stuff like insurances and meter readings, etc. And then monthly planning, again very high level, and this will often be replicated by the information that is in here. You'll see I am a football fan, so there will be frequent mentions of football games in here. And then January is again laid out, ready to go. I also keep in here to-do lists for the whole month, and then there is also a couple of pages on finance planning, which I won't show. Then in the weekly notebook, there is again this layout that I talked about that I really love. So my plan is to use that for my daily tracking for various tasks. Again, high level, what I'm doing each day, shopping list in this blank space here, and then the to-dos for the week, and then the cleaning to-dos as well for that week. So just to keep me on track. And then this notebook at the back is just for various things that I write out. I started it with a Christmas list, and then a lot of planning stuff set up for moving into the new planners, so that I knew how I was going to start filling stuff in, the goals, the adulting log, what my final lineup, because in my old planner there is about 15, maybe more versions of this, and then this is where I've landed only yesterday. Is probably this is where I'm going to end, but I'm sure it will change. I do have an index page in the back so I can reference this easily. So yeah, this is my pride and joy. Looking forward to using this. And then the third kind of planner tracking is the Hobonichi Weeks, the bow and tie cover in the cherry. I did get a mega. I'm not quite sure I'll use all the pages, but just in case. It's only a couple of quid more when you bought from Hobonichi, so better to have more just in case. This I'm going to use as a health planner. Sleep and time of the month will be on the monthly pages, and then the weekly pages will show any meal planning that I start to do, any symptoms, any medication taken, etc., that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that is my planning stack. Moving on to the next pile. So this is an A5 cover. It is the Liberty Fabrics, I think Michelle is the name of the cover, or the name of the pattern. This was the item that I, on Hobonichi launch day, that I really, really wanted to make sure I got. I love this cover, love the pattern. So I wanted to make sure I got that. Again, spent a bit of time setting this up. There are a lot of cards from Razy Life, Sterling Ink, and other bits and bobs. And then there's some stickers here from the Colour Cafe and Razy Life. Don't anticipate in using much of the early pages, but the monthly pages I'm going to use as a bit of memory keeping of all the really amazing things that have happened. So there won't be something on every day, but there will be some good events or things that have happened in my life that I'm really happy about or really proud of. and then I set it up also ready for January. The weekly pages I'm probably going to use as some sort of gratitude, things I'm grateful for each day. And then moving into the monthly pages is where I'm going to be journaling how the month has gone, or the day has gone, sorry, what's happened, you know, my thoughts, concerns, worries, all the good stuff that you put in there. And again, I've set this up with Razor Life kit for January, which is absolutely lovely. So really excited to get going on that. So that's the journal. I do also have this. Never done a 5-year journal before. Not sure how it's going to go, but wanted to give it a go. Really wanted the dark cherry leather cover that came with it. So splurged on that, which I'm really happy about, and hoping that will keep me accountable to actually use the journal. For those that haven't seen it before, on the left hand side of each page there is a space for each of the 5 years to write down what happened that day. I intend that to be the most noticeable thing about that day for me, and then any also world events that might have happened that I want to bring up. And then I intend on the right hand page, which is a bit more blank, is to use that for a journaling prompt for the day, and then keep that going throughout the whole 5 years. So really looking forward to use that. What I will say is actually in these two I intend to use fountain pens, where in everything else we'll use just normal gel pens. We'll see how it goes with the paper issues. And then the final journaling one, not really journaling, just didn't know where to put it. I have a Sterling Ink A5 vertical. I bought this one originally and that was going to be my journal, but then she stocked back the horizontal in the mulberry, so that is the one in here. Sorry, I should have said that. Can't really see the, oh yeah, you can, the mulberry cover. So this A5 vertical in the forest green is going to be I suppose a bit like a common planner, things that interest me, some hobbies that I anticipate spending more time on this year. So it's not really hugely set up at the moment, other than there is, I think I saw this on Facebook, someone used the December page as a bit of a bucket list. I've still got a few blanks to go in there, but yeah, kind of this is going to be the things that I want to do, or the things that interest me in the next year. I've started off at the moment very basically with some books I want to read on some history topics, but we'll see where this goes for the rest of the year. So that's the journaling pile. The final pile that I have is the I'm not sure what to do with pile. So I bought an A6, the Arts and Science one, the English edition, with the bigger grid lines and the English headings, etc. Only because I wanted this A6 cover, the Yumi Kitsugushi, and apologies if I butchered that pronunciation, just because it was so cute and adorable. This may, if I keep up the social media posting, may become a social media planner, may just be something that makes me smile when I look at it, who knows, but I'm sure I'll find a use for it. This was a last minute impulse purchase. It's a Mina Pohonen cover for the A5. I do have in here a cousin. I haven't done anything to it. I probably see this as being a bit of a junk journal. If I have stickers that I want to use, just somewhere to play, mess around in, practice in, have a bit of fun, without, and I know I shouldn't think like this, without messing up the main planners, because I do get a bit wanting everything to be perfect, and I need to get away from that. But hopefully in here I can let loose a bit more of the messy Lou and keep the more neat Lou in the main planners journals. We'll see how that goes. There are also 2 other planners I have for work, which I'm not going to show you. An A5 Hon, which is going to be my work planner, my to-do list at work. Have quite a stressful, busy job, so to keep track of all my to-do lists, my schedule, meetings, etc. And then also to go with that, mega weeks in the Stardust cover, which similar to the one I used last year. I used a weeks for this also. It's more like a work planner for me. So the hours that I do, development activities, things I want to look at, things that I want to deep dive into, and also preparing for my own personal one-to-ones development, that kind of thing. So I use that to keep notes through the year. Also helps with end of year reviews as well, things like that. So hopefully we'll be better prepared for those when they come up. So that is it, my 2025 planner stack. Variation, who knows, 20 plus maybe. I think this is where I've ended up. I'm sure it will change, but really looking forward to getting stuck into these. So I hope this has been interesting to people. Thank you for listening and watching if you've made it through to the end, and hope you have an amazing 2025.